And now for your amusement, Funk Dunk bloopers. Some form of pox.
Yeah.
And my microphone just fell down. Fuck.
Oh. Your fancy,
Technical
expensive
issues.
microphone?
And now, Funk Dunk. Hey everybody. Welcome to 2/3 of Funk Dunk.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could
Ladies' night.
maybe the Two Cunt Show.
Yep.
As we like to call it.
It's ladies' night on Funk Dunk tonight.
I guess it's ladies' night. Great. Yeah.
Yeah, Sean's having some difficulty tonight, so you're just gonna have to put up with the two of us, unfortunately. We won't have all his fun stories, we won't have his amazing voice, but we'll have other stuff to talk about, I guess.
We can masturbate to other things for change. That's not going to be the issue.
Just go back to Austin and Johnny and Leon.
Like in the good old days.
Yeah. Before Sean came in and stole our love.
This is your podcast. What the fuck? I think he's been trying to get out of this for a while. And he saw a chance tonight.
He's just resting and getting ready for the next Funk Dunk plays. Because we're not allowed to call it Feist Dunk anymore. But
anymore? Were we ever?
We did for half an episode. Yep. So, we do have questions. I also have a new rule with questions because last week was great. I did ask for Star Wars questions and you definitely delivered, but 3 hours of questions is a little too much. Although we might push it off for another week if we need. I mean, we can always go back to questions. But the new rule is going to be that I will read a question, at least one question from everyone who asks a question, but I won't necessarily read every question. Because, I mean, I know what it's like as a question asker. I have a doctorate in questioning. So I know that the important thing is to get acknowledged on air by your favorite senpais. So we will acknowledge everyone who sends questions to us. We just might not read every single thing you type. So I guess if we want, we could start with the good questions, at least one from every person. And then we'll go rummage through the other questions if we run out of stuff to say.
So now you're gonna witness who Jade likes best.
Well,
this is gonna be an interesting experiment.
I guess, yeah. If I'm reading more of your questions, that might mean I like you more. I don't know.
It almost certainly does. Yeah.
You can interpret it however you want.
That's how it works.
If you want to fight over my love, that's fine. The best way to do that is to start writing some fanfics, because we haven't gotten any of those in a few weeks. But or art. I like art too.
We like almost all of you. Just so you know. Almost.
We're not saying who the one who doesn't fall into that is.
Oh, it's noticeable. I think it's pretty apparent who we like and who we don't like. So.
I don't know. I thought we edited those parts out.
Oh, I forgot. Oops. But I can't edit this out, so who cares?
Yeah. Okay, so should we just start with questions, I guess?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I'm so ready. Not. I'm still in turmoil, you know.
Yeah, I guess questions can get us warmed up. And there it is. I knew I'd written a list of. I watched and read a lot of stuff in the last week.
I watched and read some stuff.
Yeah.
But half of it now falls flat because, I'm gonna get to that later.
Did you watch that movie that Sean said to watch?
Yes.
Yeah, I looked for it. I looked on Netflix, it wasn't there, and then I stopped looking after that.
Yeah, because you're goody two shoes.
I'm a goody two shoes for not watching it.
No, for not just Googling watch
right.
this thing online and then just click the first link you find.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell me if it was worth it, and then I can watch it. Because, let's see. Yeah, because I did watch a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
But
There's stuff.
Yeah, I've still got 2.5 more days of vacation, so I could fit it in there somewhere.
I also, if I can make a request, I want you to read all the questions in German.
In a German accent, or
No,
German?
in German. You can do that now. I have faith in you.
Yeah, let's see. I can't really count how many words I have. It's less than 100, I think.
That's words. That's some words.
Okay. Let's see. Do I have any German questions that I've learned?
You should have prepared for this. You should have known.
Yeah, I've been learning German for 2 days now. So
That's plenty.
I have 2 days. I can say Entschuldigung anytime I get something wrong.
Entschuldigung.
Entschuldigung, yeah. Let's see. And I looked up how to say. Where did I write that one down? Ich verstehe nicht. Nicht? How do you say not?
Nicht.
Okay. Yeah, I'm having trouble with a lot of the throaty sounds. It's like
Sure.
There's so many sh sounds that it
I know.
kind of slurs together.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
It's a horrible, horrible abomination of language. So.
Yeah, it's like trying to speak it, but also speak clearly is difficult because there's so many of the sounds.
A little bit like Klingon in a way. I mean, I guess if you already speak Klingon, you have a easier time learning German.
Yeah, I don't. I'm more of a Star Wars person.
You're not a nerd, right?
No, I'm a Star Wars nerd, not a Star Trek nerd. So no, I don't know.
You speak.
I don't know Klingon.
Quarian.
No, I know a little bit of Mandalorian. Like, Sukwigar is their greeting. It means so you're not dead. Because they're a warrior culture. If you're not dead, that's a good thing.
That's a thing in Klingon too, isn't it? No, it's a good day to die. Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, they're also a warrior culture, so it's similar.
Yeah. There's something like this in Orcish too, I think. In some form of Orcish. I don't know which one. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
But all those... They really like to die, I think. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the orcs in Shadow of Mordor died a lot, and they were all fine with it. They were just killing each other. Well, when they weren't killing each other, I was killing them. I haven't played that game in a couple of years. It was fun when I played it, but then it got kind of boring.
I have that one.
Yeah,
I played it for 10 minutes, I think, and then I was like, that's hard! And I stopped.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, like, the strategy to it is neat, but... yeah.
It's a neat concept.
Yeah. I should have written down full German phrases instead of just words.
I can translate the questions this time and you just observe.
Ich finde dich nett.
Oh. Ich finde dich auch nett.
Oh. Danke. Danke.
Bitte. Das ist neat.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go back to that later because that's on my list of things that I did this week.
Yeah, I just wanted to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, one day I'll be up to it. So Revan asked a bunch of questions. Let's see, we've got.
You can talk to Revan in German if you like.
Yeah, when I know how to speak German. More than
okay,
just a
I'll
few
stop
words.
now.
One day. Yeah. After I created that account on Duolingo, Eugene wanted to hook up his friends, and I've been checking his progress, and it still says 1 day streak. Like, I don't know if... Because on mine, it says 2 days, because I've done it 2 days, but it still says 1 day. And he's got, like, twice as much XP as me, but it says he's only rank 2, and I'm, like, rank 6 now.
Is Duolingo an RPG?
Sort of. It's it's a thing that teaches you words in foreign languages, but it also tracks it gives you like 10 experience every time you complete a lesson. And
you evolve and stuff?
Yeah, you get like rank badges every time you get so far through it, I guess.
Can you become a word sergeant?
Probably.
I'm gonna learn Russian now.
I don't know if it has Russian. It has all the European languages, and I can't remember what else.
Because they're all the same, so...
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of similar bases to them, but... Okay, so...
Yeah.
So Revan
I'm sorry.
asks... let's see, Revan asks... which New Year's resolution did you already break?
I don't do those. I know I'm a failure. I don't even try.
No, you're not.
I would like... Oh, okay, I'm gonna like lose 20 pounds this year, and 1 minute later I'd have a burger in my hand. So no, this is not even worth the brain space.
Yeah, I usually don't do them. This year I did because I've been feeling like I need to improve myself and be as good as people think I am. But
you're awesome.
Oh, thank you. Danke. I can't tell when there's an E at the end. Do you always pronounce it, or is it silent?
Danke.
Danke? Okay.
E is E.
Okay. Remember that? Yeah, so, because I did list some resolutions. Most of them are ongoing things, so I wouldn't consider them broken if I haven't done them yet. I did succeed in eating chocolate pudding. So...
Oh!
Yeah, so my 5th one's complete.
Well, that must have been a real chore.
Yeah, I set a low bar so I could accomplish one of them.
Is the Austin Leon Johnny /fic on there, or?
No, it probably should have been.
Yeah. Now it's too late.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone expects me to write /, but am I the biggest / writer on the site? I'm not sure.
Yes,
I am. I mean, I'm the biggest.
It's just you do it well,
site, but I don't know.
It's not something like, everyone's like, that Jade, of course. I mean, what else is she gonna write? It's just you're good at it. So
yeah, but I think most of the / I've written is Jade the character fucking monsters.
That's what people want to see.
Yeah, but that
even if they don't admit it, even if they don't know it, deep down inside.
I mean, I can write stories about Jade the character because I know her intimately, but writing about Dice Funk characters is a little more difficult because you have to try to get into their headspace and figure out exactly what they're getting out of this relation. Like, I think Drag is actually better. Like, you and Drag are better at the drop Elias stuff than I am.
Yeah, but I don't know if you noticed, but there is no actual fucking in there in my story because I can't do it either. I specifically avoided that. I just hinted at it like they're doing it now. You know that they're doing it now, but I didn't actually describe anything because I can't do it. I'm not a gay guy. What do I know?
Yeah, I'm not either.
So yeah.
So I guess I can attempt that story again.
Yes, please.
I'll have to do some intense research on gay threesomes to figure out how to write about the trio.
Maybe the internet can help you with that.
I wonder. But yeah, either that or I'll just throw out my inhibitions for once and just write the dirtiest shit I can think of, and I'm sure everyone will love it because everyone's standards are surprisingly lax.
It's just the influence, They come in all shiny and innocent and spend 2 months with us, and then it's just it's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's too bad, we can just put a password on it or something. There's probably a way to do that.
I mean, I think it can't get much worse than what I've written. It would just be a matter of it's our beloved gods, I guess.
I'm not sure I would read it, but I'd love it for it to be out there.
Yeah. I'll have to do that sometime, I guess. Okay, so let's see. Another question from Revan, and I'm going with my rule right now where I'm not going to read everything. I'll pick my favorites.
Mhm.
What is your favorite season?
I think season 4 was pretty good.
Well, I don't know. I assume that means season of the year.
Yeah,
Um,
I know, but
Okay,
you know.
yeah, because I had seen
Jokes.
someone ask that on the what's your favorite playground thing, and I thought about answering, but my favorite season is like the time late spring, early summer, where it's like it's not raining as much and it's not super hot yet. It's just comfortable.
Mm.
And I think that would be my favorite. Like I don't like winter. Um,
Mm.
and the height of summer can be difficult when you're just like sitting around sweating all the time. But
Yeah.
when it's like a cool breeze, but it's still warm and sunny, that's really nice. Also, fall sometimes, like autumn, is nice.
I think there's something to be said for every season except summer.
Mm.
It's maybe weird, but I really don't like summer at all. For the same reason you said, sweating a lot, and also I think I told you guys this off mic. I don't think it was in any episode, but I'm deathly afraid of wasps.
Oh yeah,
And I mean that's their fucking season. So when they start to die, I rejoice, even if it means that it's cold. So
yeah, I
fall.
think that's one of the reasons I don't like spring that much, because mosquitoes thrive in water, and it's so wet in the spring that there's just mosquitoes everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, of course, spring is nice. Winter is just snuggly time, I guess, if you don't have to actually go out, or if you like just put on 70 layers and go for a walk in winter when like the sun's shining and stuff. It's also very beautiful. But fuck summer, seriously. I should just move to the North Pole. I guess I would be a happier person for it.
Yeah, except I don't know. I think the South
The
Pole
Wi-Fi
would be
is
better
bad.
because there's no land at the North Pole. You'd just be like sitting on a slowly melting iceberg.
But there's probably some seals and stuff there. That'd be cool.
But the South Pole has penguins.
Yeah, but penguins are assholes, as we've learned.
Well, seals are probably assholes too.
Animals are assholes. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
This is a bad plan.
Yeah, wasn't that the latest word funk?
Yeah.
Johnny was saying animals are assholes.
They are, yeah, that's true. But they're innocent assholes. They're better assholes than us. Yeah, so I guess I don't know, I'm gonna have to talk to Eugene about like how the insect situation is in Russia and the whole. I don't know too much about the climate either, so I'm gonna talk to him about maybe I move to Russia.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like I think Western Russia is probably better climate-wise than like Eastern Russia.
Oh, so Siberia is probably not the best idea, but you know, get some good clothing, you can make it work.
Yeah. Let's see.
Eugene, tell us about the weather in Russia in response to this episode, please. I want to know all about it.
Let's see. Okay, so Revan's other questions, they're good. I don't know if I have answers for them. Maybe you, or maybe you're thinking more creatively tonight than I am. Did you ever laugh at something/someone and feel bad immediately?
Oh no, I'm horrible shit.
Yeah, so you just don't feel bad when you do it.
No, yeah. I have no trouble laughing at people's misfortune. I just don't feel bad about it. Why? I mean...
Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad about everything all the time, so I probably have, but I don't remember if I have. I don't dwell on it. I just... like, I try to just forget everything at the end of the day and then go on to the next day.
I had a colleague of mine. She was an older lady, and she was one of my super best colleagues that I actually liked. And she's very clumsy, and she used to trip over stuff every fucking day and almost land on her noggin, and I laughed my ass off every time, standing right next to her. So I actually liked that person and didn't feel bad. I mean, she never got hurt or anything, but still, I can do that. No trouble with that.
Yeah.
So
I think if I see someone tripping, I want to help them.
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah. There is no fun. There's only me.
If I trip, I fully expect people to laugh so they can at least get something out of it.
Okay, and let's see. His other question, for what do we need a new word and what would it be? He gives the example, not being thirsty could be called full, spelled Foll.
I had a moment today. I spent like about half an hour standing in a sauna, cleaning plastic plants. And while I was doing this, I just had a moment where I realized that my entire existence is meaningless.
Oh.
And I don't know if there's a word for that, but there should be.
Existential crisis?
Yeah, but that's not catchy enough. Like, just,
Oh, the moment when you realize an existential crisis?
Today, like, I fraggled so hard, Something like that.
Yeah,
that's actually a thing already, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the only Fraggles I know of are the Muppet ones, but...
Yeah, but I don't know where that came from, but okay, that's what I'm calling it now. Like the moment when you realize that everything you do is meaningless, that's just a Fraggle now. I declare it so.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I've had that feeling for the last few months, so... Months of fraggling.
Unjustified, so...
Yeah, well, I guess this podcast makes us meaningful to someone, so... Yeah, I just try to get through every week so I can get to podcasting times so I can put some of myself out into the universe and maybe make a difference in someone's... like, filling someone's boredom time.
And that's what it's all about. That's actually all I want to do. I know what I listen to podcasts for. It's just so I'm not alone. So maybe...
Yeah, so it's the Funk energy. It's connecting all of us.
Thanks, everybody, for spending time with us.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
It's fun for us, too. Okay, so Miran has a question we'll bring Sean back into this.
Yeah.
Even though I answered him in the thread, we'll still ask it. Is Sean's persona a skunk or horse, or both? And I said he's a horse who is deathly afraid of skunks.
Is that why the facial expression?
Yeah.
The reason
actually,
for it?
yeah, that would make sense. That's why the horse is always afraid.
There's a skunk right out of frame.
Yeah.
There's
a skunk in the room.
Could it, those horse costumes that two people wear? Like one is the ass and the other is the...
Oh, and the ass end has a skunk in it?
It's all skunks. It's 3 or 4 skunks dressed up as a horse. They're denying their skunkiness. And that's why,
Oh, wait, so that's like what Sean is? Sean
closeted gay people.
Sean is a 2-person horse costume filled with skunks?
Right. They all decided, we are not skunks. Fuck the skunkiness. And they just started to, or I guess, it's not pretend, they're just trans horses.
Yeah, I mean, and I think if skunks didn't have, like, the smell thing, people probably wouldn't hate them that much. I mean, if they can just hold it in, then they'd be perfectly charming on their own.
Oh my god, I need to draw that now.
Yeah, the horse skunk trans person. We need lots of fan art of that now.
First of all, that's a title card.
the trans
And
skunk horse person.
I think it would take at least 4 skunks. So
Yeah, because let's see, you need
Sean's
one to work the head, one for the front legs, one for the back legs, one to hold the middle together.
Actually, wouldn't you? Yeah, I think you would need one for each leg. Because
Okay, so you need 4 for the legs, probably one to prop up the head, one to hold that middle piece together.
yeah, Sean is 6 skunks in a horse suit. Oh God, that's a lot of skunks. No wonder,
Yeah, but if they don't spray each other, then I'm sure they'd get along fine. Let's see. Actually, I'm looking at the thread. It says, Sean says he would most likely be a subtropical arboreal ape.
Yeah, that's just a subterfuge. Is that what you call that?
He's denying.
Distraction. He's denying it again.
Yeah.
Stop denying it. We accept you the way you are. All of you. All 6 of you.
Yeah, well,
We should give them names.
If 6 of them decide that they're one being, does that mean they're one being? Because that's what they want to be referred to as?
Sure.
Yeah. So he's one
it's
horse.
It's all about choice.
Yep.
Yeah. He's a scores.
Yeah.
Or a hunk.
A hunk. Yeah, Sean is a hunk.
Sean is a...
That could be a title, too.
That is the title.
And then he'll listen to the whole episode to find out why we called him a hunk.
How many kisses to you, Sean? Oh God,
he's so hunky. Okay, let's see. So Brent, our weird blowjob talent. It's not a question, but he wants me to talk. He posted his list of his favorite anime of the year, and number 1 is Yuri on Ice, which he said I have to watch because it's number 1. And I told him,
can't escape that.
I told him remind me in the thread, so he posted a reminder. Okay, so yeah, I watched it. I mean, I could only watch it subs, and I get easily distracted, so I didn't read all the subs. I still picked up on most of the plot and stuff. And I think for me going into it, I had heard like everybody who talks about it talks about how gay it is, so I thought it was just gonna be like flaming gay, like JoJo on Ice kind of a thing. And no, it's more.
But JoJo is not gay, so
yeah, but
that's another thing.
I guess that fits in last week with the shonen that seem like they're really gay when they're not.
There's not even subtext.
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk about JoJo when I finish it. Sorry for the.
Yeah, I still haven't watched much JoJo, but with Yuri, no, it's actually pretty down to earth, like normal, like actual people kind of stuff. Which I mean, yeah, there's some gay stuff because you get Yuri. I don't know. Have you watched it?
Nope.
Okay, I guess just basically Yuri is this kid.
I've heard the entire world talk about it. So
okay, so you already know like the plot and who they are. And,
yeah.
And the teacher kind of like thinks Yuri's cute, and so they hook up. And there's like scenes of them doing like practice moves naked in a hot spring. So that's about as gay as it gets.
Okay, so there's the obligatory hot spring.
Yep.
Anime hot spring.
Yeah, they have. I
was worried,
and the 2 of them will be there, and like the coach will be like touching Yuri while he's like moving his body into the pose position that he needs to be in for the figure skating, and then it'll cut to like a bunch of guys in towels like watching them from a distance. That's about as gay as that show gets, which is pretty subdued, I thought. But aside from that, like the dancing animation, well, I keep calling it dancing. It's skating, but it feels like dancing. Like the animation on it is
basically,
yeah, it's really well done. Like beautiful to watch. My favorite part of the show is actually the theme song. It's like really catchy, and you've got like the skaters like synchronized dance skating. I kind of want to see if that song is on iTunes. I'm sure I could just download it somewhere, but just so I can keep listening to it until my ears bleed. I mean, otherwise, story, like, plot-wise, it's kind of your typical sports story, except it's like Yuri has a rival, and the rival is, like, trying really hard to beat him, but even then, it seems like Yuri's always really supportive. Like, even of this guy who's trying to beat him, he's still like, do your best, and I hope you do your best. And so, I mean, that was kind of a pleasant surprise that it's not like a bitter hatred rivalry like most sports stories. You know, it's like they all want each other to succeed. And spoilers, I guess, the other, like, Yuri breaks his trainer's record in the final match and gets, like, the new high score. And then the rival, I think he was behind, but he manages to pull off enough fancy, like, spins and stuff that he ends up beating Yuri by, like, a fraction of a point. So Yuri ends up getting silver at the end, but he's still content. I mean, he wants to train more and get ready for next year. But yeah, it was a nice story, I guess.
What I got out of this is that you said you heard this was super gay, but then it was kind of normal.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that gay people aren't normal?
I'm saying that media depictions of them tend to be over the top, and this was, it just felt like normal people.
Damn, I thought I had you.
I mean, if you want to call me sexist, you can. It's fine.
No, it sounds like a nice story. It's just, you know,
it's
so
just
much
that
stuff there.
the gayness is the thing that everybody says it's about. That it's gay, and that's
It's
like
about
its
a
defining
relationship.
factor. And it's about two people, and they happen to both be men. I mean, otherwise, it felt like just, you know, your typical sports story about someone who's, like, new to this sport, and they're training and trying their best to improve and end up winning and, like, setting a new record at the end. That's kind of, you know, typical sports movie plot, and it just happens to involve two people who are gay for each other.
I think it's kind of interesting, just, you know, when you hear this is super gay, what people expect to see. It kind of speaks to, you know, what we think. What do we actually think gay relationships are like? Because, I mean, if you turn this around, what if somebody told you, man, this movie is super straight?
Yeah, I'd think there's, like, hardcore sex going on. If
what does it mean if a movie is super straight?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, because if the thing that impresses you the most about it is the type of relationship they're having, I mean, I guess that just speaks to the underexposure to gay people and in media in general. Because the fact that there are gay people in this is that amazing.
Because usually, I mean, maybe I'm not, you know, I don't watch a ton of anime, but usually when I hear this anime is super either homoerotic or gay or whatever, it just means that their dudes are usually half naked and beefed.
Yeah, and it didn't have that. I mean, they're skaters. They're all lean.
I've met gay people. They were all clothed when I met them, and usually not super ripped either. I mean, maybe one or two, you know, like everybody else. But I think this is just
yeah. This is just the
glorification
stereotype of like being, like, ripped and beefy and shirtless and having, like, a high-pitched voice, and none of those are necessarily related to your sexuality.
And in a room with other guys. I mean, a muscly dude, a muscly naked dude in an anime all by himself isn't gay. It only becomes gay when he's in a frame with 2 or 3 other shirtless dudes. So that's a requirement too. I just think it's funny. Or maybe it's not funny, maybe it's tragic. I don't know. I'm not, you know, it's not my I'm not in that situation, so I guess to me it's funny. It might not be.
Yeah, because with Yuri on Ice, it doesn't fit a lot of, like, there are the hot spring scenes. But aside from that, they are generally clothed. They're all like a lean muscular, which is what you would be to do dancing skating. And nobody's like beefy. Nobody's broad-shouldered. They're just figure skaters.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bright Marsh has a question for you. He asks, is your last name Haslinger because you sling guns? How far do you sling those guns? What guns do you sling? Does being a Haslinger mean you're funny? I did Google what Haslinger means after that.
What am I? That doesn't mean anything. What am I?
Well, it derives from being from Hasling, which I think it said was in Bavaria or something.
That might be, yeah.
Yeah, that's where the surname comes from. It refers to a specific place.
The joke would work better if you asked me, is your last name Haslinger because you sling rabbits? Because Hase means rabbit. But what am I supposed to do with this? Give me a second.
Yeah.
Oh God. I don't.
Joke answer for a joke question?
It's hard to make to work off somebody's stream of consciousness.
Ask him if his name is Bright Marsh because he's from a marsh and is very bright.
Is he though?
Is he a swamp person from a marsh? Is he an angel from a swamp? And he like rose up as a ball of light out of the marsh and became a person.
Little swamp angel. I've never held a gun in my life.
Yeah,
I would like to pick up archery at some point. That sounds interesting, but I'm no interest in guns. They're just loud.
Yeah.
And does being a Haslinger mean you're funny? Right, Marsh, you've listened to the show before.
So decide for yourself if she's funny. You know it in your heart to be true.
You know the answer to this question. What does it mean? What does it all mean? I think Bright Marsh just broke me.
Oh no. Okay, well,
I'm so...
MC Skunk Darkent to the rescue. Are you one with the funk? Is the funk with you?
At this point, probably.
Yeah, I mean, we already said earlier that the funk is strong with this show.
Probably the funk has replaced the blood in my veins by now. Probably. There's only funk.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to put up with any of you. So. But it's nice.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's very nice and tingly.
Yep.
Funk.
Very tingly in the funk world. Yeah, so I guess, the funk is with all of us. We are the funk.
As it should be. We are the funk.
One of us.
One of us.
Okay, so Miran has a question that it's less of a joke question than his other questions. I actually have an answer for it, too. Let's see. When will you do the Pokemon special episode of Funk Dunk, and the Lord of the Rings special, and the Yu-Gi-Oh special? We'll do a Pokemon special if a Pokemon game comes out that all of us want to play and talk about. I don't know. I mean, Pokemon Moon, we talked about it a little, but not that much. But I guess if one comes out down the line that we decide we want to talk about, we'll do an episode.
What would that look like? Would that be different from any other Pokemon game?
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know that any of the three of us have that strong feelings about Pokemon. I mean, the Star Wars special happened because I have strong feelings about Star Wars, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, Pokemon could get an episode. Lord of the Rings will get an episode if
Tolkien rewrites the whole thing.
Yeah, except he's dead. But if the Tolkien family ever lets go of the movie rights to the Silmarillion, and the Silmarillion gets made into a movie, then we can talk about Lord of the Rings for an episode. I don't see that ever happening, though, because from what I've heard, they're kind of snobby. They hate all the movies. Like, even the original Lord of the Rings movies, they hate them because they think that they're like nowhere near as good as the books. Even though the movies made tons of money and got lots of people to pick up Lord of the Rings who wouldn't have read it before, but
Yes.
Including
me.
Yeah, they don't. I guess the Tolkien family doesn't like that, and like Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. I think the movie contracts were already sold back when J.R.R. was still alive, so that's where those rights, like the Hobbit rights, were still sitting at MGM, which is why MGM had to team up with New Line to get those movies made. As far as I know, the Silmarillion hasn't been sold movie rights wise, and probably never will be, so I don't think there's going to be any more Lord of the Rings movies ever, unless they either do something original or decide to remake the existing ones. I can't see any way that would happen. Yu-Gi-Oh! Special, no, I don't see that ever happening. Unless you or Sean has strong feelings about Yu-Gi-Oh! That I don't have.
I've seen a couple episodes of the anime.
Hmm.
And I've seen Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
Yeah, I tried watching the anime, and like,
It's
I
shit.
used to play the games, so when I was watching the stuff with Pegasus, the rules are completely different in that show. They're like doing
Their
stuff.
rules?
Yeah, like the rules to the card game, they're doing completely different stuff in the
They
Pegasus
just
episodes.
spout bullshit. They make up whatever is convenient in any given situation. It's just, there are no rules.
Yeah, well, in like the Battle City stuff, from what I could see, they follow the rules to the game, but because it's a show, they always get the right card that they need whenever they need it. So they're still cheating that way. But with the Pegasus stuff, they had like battlefields that you don't really have. You know, they like have their monster attack twice in a row, which you can't do. Yeah, that. I think you've already heard all of my thoughts on Yu-Gi-Oh! Between this talk now and that talk a few episodes ago where I talked about how easy it is to win at the card game.
I think Miran just wanted to trick us into doing a Pokemon, a Lord of the Rings, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Special all in one episode. There you got it.
Okay, so that's...
Good job.
That's the Pokemon Lord of the Rings Yu-Gi-Oh! Special. Okay, so Kitten Pizza Eugene T asks... let's see. Okay, I think this is a trivia question for me. Star Wars question. What are the limitations of the Jedi mind trick? It doesn't work on certain species. Like, the Hutts and the Toydarians in the movies are established that the mind trick doesn't work on them. When using it in general, it's said that people with a weak will are more susceptible to it. So, like, a lot of the stormtroopers, they're just basic soldiers. So they, like, unless they have, like, training against it, they're more susceptible. Plus, if you don't see it coming, you know, and the Jedi just suggests you do something, then you probably just say yes, unless you're in a grumpy mood, I guess. It's all bullshit. It's like whatever the writer wants it to be. But that's generally the rule, I guess. I don't think that really makes it better, that it's easier to mind trick dumb people into doing what you want them to do. Kind of makes it worse, but... yeah. Let's see. Oh,
ethically questionable.
This is an interesting question for me. What do you think motivated Leon to finally join the shack? So that's a thing that happened this week.
That's a thing that happened.
We got the last one of them to finally join us.
We got them all. Caught them all.
Yeah.
I can only assume because when Austin first plugged the site when it launched, I distinctly remember Leon saying,
he said, I like that place.
No, yeah, that was later. I don't like people talking about me when I don't have control over it.
Oh, yeah, because he wants to control the comment sections.
Right. And maybe Austin informed him that the the group I made for them, the Funky Overlords, have mod rights.
Mm. Has he done
And can
any
actually
mod
delete
stuff?
your shit if they don't like it.
Yeah.
So maybe
Has he taken advantage of that? Like, I haven't seen him
no,
post anything since he joined.
no, not at all. But maybe he plans on removing any posts that don't mention Violet. Maybe
Huh.
that's his plan.
Or posts that complain about Bill Webb.
Yeah.
Actually,
Or
did you hear
maybe
that thing at the end of the latest Dice Funk where Austin was saying they have some new character planned that is even
you ain't
crazier
seen
than a
nothing
unicorn?
yet.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's Bill Webb, isn't it?
Well, I don't. It could be, but he
No,
was
it's not.
so adamant about it not being Bill Webb. I'm wondering what it could be now. Like, are they going to do like a Warforged, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's kind of established and normal.
Yeah, I mean, like,
My guess would be the Sentient Tuba, but Austin already said that's season 12, so
yeah, the cat,
guess-
the tuba.
the cat with the tuba. Like the cat's not the character, the tuba is the character, is my guess.
I thought it was a co-character. Like, you have these two beings that exist together.
Sure, yeah. They have like
Like
Clock
six
and
skunks
Panther.
inside of a horse suit.
It's like the Hunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be anything. I'm dreading it.
Mm.
I really
Yeah.
do, because
I like crazy.
it's not the crazy.
Mm.
That's with Violet in especially. It's not the crazy. The crazy is not the problem. The problem is the crazy combined with a player who doesn't give a shit.
Well,
That's a combination that I can't really deal with.
Because he didn't say that it was Leon necessarily, but I guess we could
Oh my
infer
God,
that because
please.
I don't know who else would want to do something crazy other than Leon.
It's not Skitch.
No, it wouldn't be Skitch. Maybe Lauren. I mean, she did a Dryad
Lauren.
before, which is non-standard.
Yeah. Maybe Lauren is actually Sailor Moon this season. I dig that.
Yeah.
Maybe not Sailor Moon, but
Yeah.
like one of the cool ones.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Sailor Moon, I watched the rest of Sailor Moon Crystal this week. That's another thing on my list. I don't know that I have much thoughts about it. I mean, it just kind of flows from one episode to the next. I guess Chibi Usa kind of grew on me as it went. I mean, I still don't like her that much, but
no, she's atrocious. She should never have happened.
Yeah, I mean, she's still. I don't know why she existed. I don't know why it took Usagi so long to figure out that this is her daughter from the future, because it was fucking obvious.
Because there wouldn't be the entire season wouldn't exist if she'd figured it out right away, I guess.
Yeah, it was kind of creepy when she was getting jealous of her daughter and her
No, that doesn't.
husband.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't stop. So
Yeah.
It's Chibiusa. Sailor Moon Crystal is actually better at handling Chibiusa. The original series, she's even worse. She's so fucking annoying. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And the constant bickering between the two is way worse. That's the only. I mean, of course they grow closer over time, but yeah, just because she knows it's her daughter doesn't stop her from getting jealous.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it's more of an attention thing, not so much. I mean, she's 9 years old.
Yeah.
But
and it is
it's more of a, he's not paying all of his attention to me. That's the problem,
Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of weird for her as, like, how old is she in that? Like 14, 16? And she
Usagi?
has to... Yeah.
She's 14. Yeah.
Yeah, and she has to raise her daughter from the future who just decided to time travel back and make her 14-year-old self have to take care of her. Also, maybe I missed something, but it seemed like her mom just didn't blink twice at the thought of, this new girl just showed up, let's adopt her and make her part of the household.
She's hypnotized. Did they leave that out?
It might have happened. A lot of stuff happened.
Chibiusa has this RoboCat.
Yeah.
Luna P that she can turn into stuff, and she used that to just make a hypnotizing device and hypnotized the entire family into thinking that she was their daughter.
Oh, okay.
So she's officially Usagi's sister now.
Okay, that makes sense.
Also, yeah, it came up that Chibiusa is actually it's actually the other way around. I guess Chibiusa is raising Usagi because Chibiusa is 900 years old.
Oh, yeah, I missed that part too.
She stopped aging because of some kind of I don't know, weird magical accident, which is where she still behaves like a child, but magic. But she's way older than Usagi.
Yeah.
It's a weird show. What can I say?
Yeah, and then I saw the lesbians, and they were pretty awesome. With let's see, it was Uranus, I think was the main one. Uranus and Neptune mostly.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really get that in Crystal. They did something weird because yes, they're two gay girls, but they sort of, when they introduced them as the Sailor Scouts, not in like when they introduced the characters, but when they all got together. Oh, we're Sailor Scouts too, and let's do this. Neptune said, "Uran." I thought you pronounced this Uranus. Is that not?
Well, I mean, I think Uranus is the proper way to pronounce it, but at least in English, a lot of times we try to change it because it sounds too much like your anus.
Okay.
So Uranus is like the other way to say it.
Is accepted. Okay. Is both a man and a woman?
Yeah.
She said that, and that confused me because that's not how that story goes. But I guess she's now either a hermaphrodite or a transgender.
I think it's transgender.
I'm not sure.
It's like when she was in like her day clothes, she presents herself as male, but
yeah, and I thought that was the implication, that they changed it so that it's actually I don't know what's going on there. It's too vague, but they did something there, and it's weird because let the gay girls just be gay girls. What's wrong with that?
So in the original, she never even pretended to dress like a guy?
Oh, sure, she did, but she's just a very, masculine girl.
Yeah.
So the real confusing thing comes in season 5. I don't know if you're ever going to watch that, but that's never been translated into English. That never got adapted because it has actual guys transforming into women, and we can't show that to kids.
Aww.
Like three Sailor Scouts that come from outer space and are actually guys, and in the transformation sequence you see their bodies change into women.
But didn't Ranma get translated into English?
Who?
It's like Ranma 1/2.
Ranma 1/2, yeah.
Yeah, and that one, the whole thing is about a guy changing into a girl, changing into a guy.
Yeah, but he doesn't like it.
Oh, so
maybe
you're not
that's
allowed
the
to like
difference. They're not allowed to like it. It's just an annoyance, I guess it's the issue. I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
But that was the reasoning. There is no other, it's not any different from any other season in any other way than that these guys. I mean, it's different from the manga because in the manga they just dress up as guys. They are women who disguise themselves as guys, but in the anime they are physically men who transform into women, and that's the only difference. And I guess that was too much. So, but it's an awesome season, and I loved it, and I love those 3 outer space scouts.
I guess I'll just have to watch it in Japanese and pretend I understand.
You and your subtitles.
Well, wait, does it have subtitles?
Yeah, sure. It's translated.
Oh, okay.
And you can find it on YouTube.
Okay.
You just can't find who did it? Funimation.
I think, yeah.
You can't find it. It's never been adapted.
Yeah, Yeah, I'll watch the rest of the stuff. You said it was like season 3 that I can start with when I go back to the old show,
No, that's season 3 is it's not really,
or
they
just like
have names. It's you just watched, I guess, you just watched S.
Mm.
Then there's Super S, and then there's Starlights, which is the one I just described.
okay,
So
yeah.
there's 2 more.
So yeah, once I get through the other recommendations, I can go back and watch Super S and Starlights.
I would really recommend Starlights because it's kind of cute.
Mm.
No, it's
Yeah,
fancy.
yeah. I mean, it's
They're
like
all older and
yeah. I don't usually like subtitles, but I've had to watch so many subtitles lately that I could probably adjust. Mainly for me,
will turn you into a purist
yeah. I think
eventually.
mainly for me, it's that I don't like watching things on my laptop because I'm doing so many other things on my laptop. But then I realized that I can actually load most of those things on the Wii U tablet. So I've been using that to watch things. Like I've got the Crunchyroll app, the YouTube app, the Netflix app, and then another thing I watched this past week, I looked up where to find Rebels Season 3, which, yeah, it wasn't entirely legal. But I've broken that rule now. So I was a naughty girl. I went and looked up Rebels. Saw the first half of that season since it's still airing, but I've seen all the episodes that have come out, so it's good, I guess. I like what they're doing with Thrawn. I mean, they do a good job of making him still seem like a smart villain, which the Clone Wars and Rebels shows have had a bad habit of making the villains just seem dumb so that the heroes can kick their butt and then win the day. Thrawn actually does seem like a villain who, because even in the books, he's the kind of villain who, if he does something, he has a reason for it. He's not just like a brute, like a lot of the villains tend to be. He's like calculating. He'll figure out things. Like there's a scene where the rebels have saboteurs that they've set up in this Imperial base to make like speeder bikes and AT-ATs defective. Thrawn figures out that's what's going on, so he goes in there with his troopers, has them lock down the doors, and then has the workers start testing their equipment. So there's like one of them, he has him test out a speeder bike. The guy realizes it's failing. He's like, nope, you gotta sit there, you gotta keep using it. The speeder bike explodes, kills the guy. And then he turns to the other workers. It's like, okay, you're going to test everything you make now and make sure that it all works right. So it's like he knows that they're sabotaging it, but rather than, just gun everyone down like a typical Imperial would, he actually makes them want to do their work correctly while still being cold and brutal about it. He's a really good villain. Otherwise, I mean, the rest of the show, the trailer kind of lied. The trailer sets it up so that you think Ezra is going to be turning to the dark side, and he's using his Sith holocron and learning Sith secrets. And that's all resolved in the first episode. He's like tapping into the secrets of the holocron, and then Kanan walks in and he's like, why are you using this thing? You shouldn't be using it. And he takes it away. And Ezra's like, well, fine, I didn't need it anyway. And then Kanan takes it off to some other planet and loses it there. And so Ezra stops turning to the dark side after that. So yeah, the trailer lied. The trailer made it seem like he was going to become the new Star Killer in the new canon. And
I mean, that sounds kind of like a joke to an intentional joke.
Yeah.
As an outsider. So what do I know?
Yeah, I mean, because if you watch the trailer, it seems like they're setting it up to be like dark, dramatic season. And,
right.
Well,
is that the one where you tweeted the picture of Maul from?
Yeah. Yeah. I can't. I don't think that was the first episode.
But plug Maul.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't get over the fact that he's wearing a T-shirt. It's like he's a guy who, because every other time they've shown, he's covered head to toe in these tattoos and he's super sexy. And like in Rebels Season 2, when they find him, he's got the metal legs and everything. He's got like metal legs and he's wearing like a cowl and like a tattered cloak, which you can still see like the tattoos and stuff. You can still see his arms. But then in this season, when he shows up, he's wearing a t-shirt and pants. Just like a black t-shirt and black pants, and he just looks like a regular dude
Well, fuck
who
that.
happens to have tattoos all over his face, so it looks like he got a job at a convenience store and they made him put a shirt on. So, I just couldn't get over that visual of him.
His expression is priceless, really.
Yeah, because I went to find a screenshot to prove my point, and the expression in the picture was just perfect for it.
So it's just a combination of several glorious things in one.
Because I think the animators just got tired of having to animate all of that, so they just gave him a basic body. Like, I think like the metal legs were too complicated, so they just put pants over it. Yeah. Okay, so Miran has a couple joke questions, but they're making me laugh, so we're going to do them. Are you for the gay Dragenda?
I think, God, if drag was actually gay, that would just make them more powerful. So I'm pretty scared of that, actually.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
I'm pretty much against the gay Dragenda.
Yeah, 'cause, I don't know about. I mean, Dragenda being gay, that's up to them. But
Yeah, but I
Dragenda being
think
interested in gays is already an established fact.
it's already very, you know.
I mean, because they're the source of a lot of the Elias X drop stuff. There's the whole Feder and Jeff arc of ADD2. So Dragenda and gay already go together really well. And then he asks, "Are you an atheist?"
You know, I think I'm actually a B atheist, or maybe even C, because A atheists, I think, are top notch. You know, they're the real cool atheists, and I'm just like a mediocre atheist. So I'm probably, maybe even like, I'm a Z-list atheist, Z atheist.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah, I'd probably be in the same boat there.
Not cool enough to be a atheist.
Yeah, it's like atheist, but not up in everyone's face about it. So
I don't talk about that at all. So
yeah, that's not really
a thing.
Doesn't come up on our podcast that much. Although we should have a Pantheon episode
section. Yeah. Either a Pantheon corner or like a special. You're talking a special?
Maybe. Yeah, well, however it works out.
Everyone bring their favorite religions to dunk on.
I'm sure Sean probably has a lot of stories about that.
Probably. Getting molested at Sunday school.
Yeah, and all those nuns.
Ex-nuns.
Yeah. Lots of nun stories.
Lots of bodies. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a question from John Paul. If you couldn't funk or dunk, what would you do instead?
I've been there.
Yeah, that time before July of... was it July or was it June of 2016?
June. It was June. But, I mean, I funked before.
Yeah.
For several years. Just not as hard, I guess. Funk hard or go home. So I probably... Well, what would I do? I guess sit around picking my nose and drinking a lot? I don't know.
Yeah, I would probably just be watching movies and playing video games, like always. Just having a boring, unsocial life.
You wouldn't have anybody to pester you to share your opinion about them.
No, it would be even more lonely than usual. Without the funking.
The funking is pretty good. It's a pretty good thing.
Yeah.
Like we said, we are one with the funk.
Yep. We are all the funk, and the funk is in us.
The funkiest.
Okay, yeah. Because the only other questions are those ones from Brent about whose line was it really anyway.
Yeah, whose line was it really anyway?
Probably the host.
Yeah, I'd say that too, because at least through Carrie, because he's the rich one.
Mm.
So he's probably the one who brought lines for all the other guys, because there's no way any of the others could afford that stuff.
Mm.
It's a drug joke.
Yeah, so that's it for questions, I guess. Let's see.
Wow. Can't be like on fire every week. But seriously, people, you need to step your game up. This is unacceptable. So you tell me about your nerd shit and not try to be nerdy about it.
Yeah, there's material in here, I guess. Okay, so I watched Durarara, which is the show that Zen Psychosis Avatar comes from. Oh, I can't remember the guy's name now because I've watched so much stuff this week. But the character he's using is a really cool character. When I watched
It
the
looks like
first,
it.
yeah, when I watched the first episode, I wasn't sure if I'd like it that much because it seemed pretty heavy stuff. I mean, there's like people talking about suicide and stuff, but
No.
I mean, it gets better after that. I guess I don't even know how to summarize the plot. There's like multiple plots that are going on. It starts there's like this kid who moves to Tokyo to the Ikeburo district, I think, and he meets up with another kid who he's been friends with online for a long time, and the other kid's like showing him around, and there's like gangs and stuff kind of lurking in the background. Long story short, I don't know. Would Zen forgive me if I spoiled this? Okay, spoilers for anyone who is planning to watch Durarara.
Skip ahead 40 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, why are you listening to this show?
Turn it off.
Yeah. So the kid who moves to the town has actually I guess they're technically a gang that he started. He went online. He created this group called the Dollars, which it's some kind of pun, I think, but it's like just like an online community. I think he had like said it was a gang, like as a joke thing, but then people started joining it, and they all just came together as a community. And so he started telling them, it's like, okay, instead of doing gang stuff like spray painting things, we're gonna do the opposite, and we're gonna help the community and like remove spray paint and make things better. So there's like a point kind of early in the show where they decide, they're gonna find out like how many people there actually are in this gang. So they like send out a text to everyone to come to this one place at one time, and there's just tons and tons of people. And I don't know, watching it kind of gave me a Funky Shack vibe. Just the whole idea of people coming together through the internet, not knowing like who each other are, but they're all connected by this one thing. So
Particles.
yeah, that was something I liked about it. After that, it starts turning into a gang war because the other gang starts feeling intimidated that there's all these people who are part of this nice guys gang, so they start attacking them, and like there's multiple plots going on. A lot of stuff happens. My favorite character is Selty Sturluson, who, I mean, even if you haven't watched the show, you probably recognize her. She's the one with the yellow motorcycle helmet with cat ears.
I'm gonna Google that right now.
Yeah, just look up Celty, Celty.
Got it.
Yeah, she's got like a black biker jumpsuit and this yellow cat ear motorcycle helmet.
Why though?
Because she has no head.
Okay.
Yeah, she is like the headless horseman, kind of. They call her a Doulahan. It's like something from Celtic lore, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she lost her head by the end of the first series. She still hasn't gotten it back, but I guess it sounds like that might be a plot thread they resolve in the second series. But yeah, so she has no head. Her like magic horse as a horseman Doulahan thing. She's converted it into a motorcycle, so she can like ride around on this black motorcycle, and she can create this like scythe that she can use to fight people. I really like the design. The character's pretty cool too. She kicks ass. So I've mentioned on like Twitter and stuff that I'm doing a new cosplay. It's that. I got the jumpsuit in today. It fits nicely, but I don't have a lot of hips. I'm trying to do some exercises to build up my muscles there and try to fix that. I mean, it still fits nicely, but I'd like to have a better figure by June when I actually go and wear it. Sounds like the helmet might be arriving in the mail tomorrow. I ordered gloves and boots, so those will be coming Thursday. So,
And the scythe?
I haven't ordered that yet. I have seen it around, though. Although, if I decide to be cheap, I could probably just get any old Halloween scythe and just spray paint it black. Though, if I want to be accurate to hers has like a crooked stick to it, and it's like super tall.
Now I just want a scythe. That's all I want. Fuck.
Yeah, it'd be cool, but it'd be kind of cumbersome at the convention to have to carry that around everywhere. Because I mean, part of the reason I'm getting the costume is because I like the costume. Mostly, it's because in June I'm going to a convention. It's mainly an anime convention, but it has other stuff too. But like I've gone to it the last 3 years. I usually just go for a day, like check out the vendor shops there, and then leave. But since I'm trying to be more social is one of my goals for the year, I'm going to stay all 3 of the days and try to attend some of the events and stuff. So, yeah, so that'll be late June. I'll probably tweet about it as it happens. Okay. I watched a couple episodes of Keijo, which is the butt sumo one. Although I think I was more entertained by watching the video that Brent posted that was just all the special moves they do, because it just goes on for like 10 minutes of butt and boob puns. If you haven't seen it, go watch it, viewers.
I have seen the video.
Yeah.
It just
it's just so many puns.
I might be too old for this. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just old and grumpy.
Yeah, I don't know. I was more impressed by just how long the video went. Like I was expecting it to be like 3 minutes of just some dumb attacks, and then it just keeps going and going. It still kind of baffles me how much stuff gets produced in Japan that would never make it past the front desk of a studio anywhere else in the world. But they actually approve it and then do like full high quality, full color animation of girls in bikinis attacking each other with their butts and their boobs.
By the looks of it, it has some very good character development.
Like her learning to tap into her butt powers or something. I don't know.
Deep philosophical stuff in there.
Yeah, I think Brent said the plot wasn't that great on it. That it's just.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, he said it's like it's a fun concept, but I guess the plot is just like typical sports shonen.
It just sounds like something that would run thin, like after 2 episodes.
Well, I only watched like 2 episodes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I'm sure I watched other stuff, but I've also been reading a lot, and that's the rest of my list. Because I listened to the rest of Fool, which I had started last week, although it probably didn't get in the recording because it was after the recording that we talked about it. But yeah. I listened to the rest of that one. I mean, it's good. I'm not sure it's for me, but
it's really surprising.
Yeah,
actually.
No, it surprises me too. I think it's just my frame of mind has been weird lately. But I've been giving Christopher Moore a second chance reading Lamb. Yeah, I'm like halfway through that book now. It's pretty interesting Bible fan fiction about Jesus Christ and his best friend Biff, and during the years between his childhood and when he has his Bible adventures, they decide to go track down...
The lost chapters.
Yeah, they decide to go track down the Magi, so they go east, and like at this point, they're up to the second one. The one who's in like a monastery in China, I think.
Casper.
Yeah, so I'm up to that part.
Yeah, it's if it comes down to either Fool or Lamb is probably my favorite. I've read it years ago, and it's just I really like Jesus.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I
Josh.
sympathize a lot with him for
Josh is a
reasons.
great guy.
Yeah,
And he's it's a great, like, his it's tragic, but his struggle about how the fuck does this Messiah thing work?
mm,
What the fuck am I supposed to do? This is really, I don't know. And
yeah,
Biff
and
is,
he's
of
like
course,
grappling with all the rules that don't make sense that God set up.
yeah. Like, he like guess asks Biff to fuck a girl and tell him what it's
Yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah, and like, and his justification for that was that it's like sex feels good, but it's a sin. So what the hell is going on with that? Because like any other sin feels bad, but that one feels good. So why is it a sin?
Yeah. He's just a guy.
Mm,
Josh is just a guy who knows he has like a destiny to fulfill and is struggling with it.
yeah, yeah, and like it's really sympathetic in the way like he's holy, but it's not that he wants to be; it's that he's trying to be. So
I mean, it's also in his
it's
genes,
yeah, it's like
sort
it's
of.
sympathetic that he's like he has to struggle with like what he's supposed to do and what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Um,
He would like to be just a normal kid,
yeah,
but he can't because he's Jesus Christ.
yeah,
So, and Biff, he lives through Biff, who is just the worst
yeah,
fucking, like, I think Biff would be right at home at the shack. He's
mhm.
that sort of guy.
I wish I could be
And
like Biff.
he's
I wish I was outgoing enough to be like Biff.
yeah, Biff is just depraved, and he's great, and he's funny, and he's Jesus' best friend, and he's trying to. She's like, Jesus, lighten up,
Mm,
Jesus, lighten up. No, um, you know, he's trying to make sure his friends okay, and at least has a little bit of fun at least.
mm,
He's a good friend,
yeah,
and yeah, it's a great story, a great reimagining of the missing chapters of the Bible.
yeah. Plus, all the stuff in the modern day with Biff and the Angel is pretty funny.
Raziel is
Yeah,
angels are depicted as very gorgeous but airheaded. They're
yeah,
super dumb.
yeah. They're
It's
dumb and they don't like. Raziel is like obsessed with soap operas because he thinks it's real and he gets angry and wants to go kill the guy who's cheating on the person in the soap opera because he thinks it's really happening and he
um
can't understand why the soap opera digest is predicting everything that will happen.
it sounds so stupid, but it's really Christopher Moore has a great way to bring this to life, and yeah,
Hmm.
that's a book I can read over and over.
Yeah, so I'm halfway through that one. I have Serpent of Venice. I'm still deciding if I should read it or not. Um,
You can start.
hmm.
I mean, yeah, I guess I can kind of see where you're coming from. But
Yeah, like if I start describing my complaints, it'll get really personal. Which
mhm.
I mean, I've been personal on the podcast before. I know that's something the word funk guys do all the time. So
No, if you don't feel like it, you
mm,
know.
yeah, I don't know. I guess basic version because why not? Our fans love us. Um, as much as I pretend to be a crazy pervert on the site, I actually have very little experience. I'm not that outgoing. I'm not. I wish I could be, but I'm a very shy person. So so the book Fool is about the fool in King Lear, and there's people fucking left and right for the entire book, which you'd think for me being the group pervert would be just amazing, but it's actually kind of disheartening because it's like it's a guy with a IQ of 2 who's like fucking the maid in every scene they're in. And I'm just sitting there like, well, what about me? So it gets a little disheartening. Plus, there's also a lot of tragedy that hit me pretty hard. There's like, well, I don't know. I don't want to ruin the book for anyone. I mean, I'm sure people will want to pick it up and read it.
Oh, sure.
You can cut this if you think it'll ruin people's impression of the book.
No.
There's a scene where there's this woman who, I won't spoil who she actually turns out to be, but she's been brought to this monastery to be an anchoress, who is someone who they will, like, they build a room, kind of build her into the wall of the church and just have like a little slot so they can feed her. And she's supposed to stay there and just pray for the sins of the king. So she's brought there, she's like locked up in the wall. The fool, his name's Pocket, the main character of the book, is the one who's assigned to be feeding her. So as he like brings food, they'll talk. She's actually like kind of a fun but lonely person. They have a lot of fun talking to each other. They find ways to have sex through the wall. You know, like Pocket sticks his dick through the hole and she'll suck it or like ride it or whatever. They figure out ways. Eventually they get caught by the bishop, and he seals up the wall, and she just starves to death in there because she was lonely and wanted to have sex. She has to starve to death, and Pocket, they sentence him to death, but they like kind of fake his death. They hang him, but then they cut the rope, and then they just exile him, kick him out. And I think he like immediately hooks up with someone else after that. I mean, he's still sad that this girl that he loved is dead, but I don't know if gets over it is the right term, but he still gets to go do stuff, and she's just dead, you know, which is really heartbreaking for me. I actually did cry at that. It's a good book. I just don't know that it's for me necessarily, which is surprising. But
yeah, it is. It's most of it. Like I'd say 80% is comedy.
Yeah,
but it's based on Shakespeare. It's based on King Lear.
Yeah, it's like it's King Lear, but then it goes a little bit beyond the ending of King Lear. It makes King Lear actually a pretty detestable character, which is interesting. Like, I don't think I'd be able to read the King Lear or like watch the King Lear play the same way again. Like, watching him stumble around blind, I'd just be like, "Yeah, serves you right, you fucker." But because King Lear is a disgusting person once you get to the end of Fool. It's like, I guess it is Shakespearean in the sense that you're just satisfied to see him dead, but
the thing is,
because I think in the play it's like his children are all awful except for Cordelia, who's one good child who he wrongfully punishes because his other children, pin the blame on her.
But I don't think. See, I never read King Lear, but based on what Christopher Moore has said about it, I sort of feel like he just took the base material and expanded on it and sort of dragged something out that was already there but never explicitly stated.
It's possible. Maybe it's because I read King Lear in high school, but that was like the teacher's interpretation of it, so there might have been more to it than I realized.
I guess it's if you see it in context, because all of this happens in the Dark Ages, and everything is terrible. Like he says it in the beginning. Pocket says when he sets the stage, consider conditions to be damp. And that's the best, description for what follows. It's very dark humor. It's very funny in parts. It's tragic, it's funny, it's dark, it's light, it's many things. And, you're sad, and that's totally valid, and I can definitely see where you're coming from. I actually never really felt that way. I just enjoyed it from front to back.
Yeah, and I think if I'd read it at a different time in my life, I might have enjoyed it more. But
yeah, maybe you can revisit it at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe if I read it on paper, it would be different. Maybe it's just Ewan Morton's performance that endears me so much.
Yeah, well, that one, I listened to that one. I'm reading the others on paper.
Mm-hmm. Maybe there's a difference then.
Maybe.
But yeah, I'm glad you gave it a shot. I'm sorry it made you sad.
Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting that, but no, I did.
Yeah.
I listened to that one. I'm reading Lamb, and I think with Lamb.
Well, at least you know it's not spoilers. Everyone knows how that story ends, so
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah,
you're
Lamb,
prepared.
I know how it ends, and I know that that's said, but I know, like, Joshua as a character, I feel like I can relate to, because he's got the same issue where it's like his friend is having wild and crazy sex left and right, because that is, I mean, that's something that just seems to be it's Christopher Moore's thing, but no, with Joshua, because he's the son of God, he's not allowed to, so I don't know. I feel sympathetic toward him.
Yeah.
It gives me someone to relate to, I guess. That one.
Fool's not. I mean, most of the sex in Fool is played for laughs.
Yeah.
Drool fucks a ghost, for crying out loud.
Yeah. So it's one I'll probably have to revisit sometime, I guess.
Audible hopes you have enjoyed this program.
If I had known this, because I had a choice between two movies, one that I could talk to you about and one I could talk to him about. And I chose the one,
the
Sean one,
too, was it?
Porky's, the Sean one, because I said I would watch it last week. If I knew this would happen, I would have watched The Force Awakens. Because those were the two choices I had.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, because after I listened to last week's episode, I remembered the Porky's thing, and so I went on Netflix to see if they had it, and they didn't, and then I went back to watching all those anime.
I mean, it was a throwaway joke.
Yeah.
And he probably didn't expect me to.
Yeah,
because I did anyway.
You said it just because it was like a bad movie that no one would want to watch, and then you watched it, and I thought about watching it.
No, there's some deep philosophical stuff in there that we can touch on when he gets back.
Okay, was it the first Porky's or the second one?
No, the first one.
Okay, yeah, because I think the joke he said Porky's 2.
Yeah, but I said I've watched Porky's, so that's what I watched.
Okay, so it's a good thing I didn't watch Porky's 2 then, because that's the one I looked up. I looked up Porky. Well, actually, I went on Netflix. I typed Porky, and nothing came up.
It's probably been erased from existence.
Yeah, because I assume Porky's 2 is just one of those really bad, like, straight to DVD sequels.
I have no idea. I'm not gonna watch it. So.
The original, I don't know what it's about, but the title sounds familiar, which tells me it was probably a classic at one point.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this.
Okay.
Because we can talk about it with Sean, but it's like if Grease got Grease 2 pregnant, and Grease 2 had an abortion, and that movie was what crawled out of the dumpster behind the abortion clinic.
It's that good.
It's amazing. And that's all I'm going to say for now.
Okay, so it's like a 70s,
It's touched me
thing.
It's touched me deeply.
Okay.
Very deeply.
Yeah, I could try to watch it, I guess.
In all the right and wrong places. Maybe you should watch it in preparation.
Yeah, I'll look it up. See where I can find it.
Everybody go watch Porky's. Everyone who hears this, I'm going to try to hypnotize the audience. And I'm going to do it silently.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something and then like insert a sound effect over it to...
no, this is just going to be one... Psh, you shut up. This is going to be 1 minute of silence and me hypnotizing people.
Okay.
No, this is boring.
Yeah, you could always just insert a minute of silence.
Should I be this cruel?
Well,
I can't tell if that would be funny or annoying. I really can't tell.
It might be funny if it wasn't dead silent. If it's like silent, but you hear like people just like tapping on something in the background, like they're bored.
Just some farts in there, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen to the sound of my voice. You will now all go watch.
So yeah, on my list it was that, and then wasn't this week, but I think a couple weeks ago, I read like 4 Tinglers in 1 week, and then I think that was before the Star Wars episode, and then we didn't talk about them because it was Star Wars. I can't remember what they are now, though. I'm looking.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing you can say about Chuck Tingle stories is that they really stick with you through the ages.
Yeah, because I think I read them all out of the Meta Tinglers book, so they're all kind of similar. Did I ever talk about the dinosaur social media font? I think I did.
Yeah, last time.
Okay, so maybe I already did talk about those. Because I had read that one. Yeah, and then I read Pounded in the Butt by my book, Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt. And also Pounded in the Butt by my book, Pounded in the Butt by my book, Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt.
I can't actually tell if you talked about those.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it's this because I talked about the Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt.
Yeah,
that was like the first one I read. But then the sequel, let me quickly refresh. I think the sequel is about Buck Trungle realizing that Chuck Tingle made him write the book.
Oh yeah, you talked about that too.
And then part 3 was about Chuck Tingle going into space and discovering that previous book became alive, and there's like a whole planet of that book, and he has sex with the planet of that book. I haven't read the 4th one, and I think there's a 5th one now, but it's not part of this print edition that I have.
Did you see on Twitter, Mr. Tingle retweeted this picture of somebody got a tattoo.
Oh yeah,
of
Portwork the butt.
Yeah. I mean, I guess good for you, person who now has a butt with wings tattooed on, hopefully your butt. I don't know what.
There's just people who are tattoo enthusiasts who will get them for any reason. So I'm not surprised that it happened.
I like tattoos. I just,
But you actually put thought into which tattoos you want instead of just the thing that you happen to like right now?
Usually, I mean, I have a dragon, so I guess I can't judge too hard. But
well, I mean, dragons
I have a unicorn. Yeah, sure. It spits fire between my tits, so.
Oh, so that's what that one was.
Yeah. Hey. No.
I only saw a glimpse. I wasn't sure.
So yeah, I guess I could talk about one more little thing.
Okay.
It's probably not interesting, but my imaginary boyfriend evaporated into the ether.
Oh.
And is nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
Which is a shame.
Oh.
Yeah, he fucked off to Vienna. He's in I don't know what the correct term for that is, an educational program to become a software developer. And you can only do that in Vienna, or at least you can only do that in Vienna if the state pays for it, which is the case here. And so for the first time in forever, I'm going to be living alone during the week. And I'm kind of freaking out right now.
Oh.
But I guess, I mean, if I if I focus on the positives, I can just, get drunk and dance around naked and nobody's telling me, hey, maybe you should, go to therapy again.
Oh.
So,
yeah.
I guess I can podcast very loudly.
You can drop your microphone and.
Yeah. So yeah, Vienna is a dangerous place, and I'm really scared that I'm gonna read about him in the news. But that's where I'm at. That's life stuff. So no, it's okay. I'm gonna get used to it.
I mean,
just
the shack's always here.
I know. No, I'm okay. I'm okay for now. I'm not used. Despite being a loner by trade, I'm not actually used to being alone. We've been living together for 6 years now. So it's kind of, I'm a scaredy cat, and I'm afraid of the dark and all that stuff. And now
Yeah.
all alone, I'm gonna have to get used to that. So that's where I'm at.
Mm.
That's my
Yeah.
share stuff for the week.
Yeah. I mean, at least when it comes to like electronics and stuff, the only time it's ever really dark here is if the power goes out. Because otherwise, there's always like my laptop has this little blue light on the front to show that it's plugged in. So that's always there. I sometimes have to like set the tablet on top of it so it doesn't keep me awake.
That might I can keep the lights on. That's not, it's just I'm a crazy person, and I have irrational fears that probably not many people can relate to.
Yeah, I have
So-
irrational moods sometimes.
You have, I just,
Like I'll get into a mood where I'm just scared of everything,
but I just misunderstood that because I'm pretty sure you said you have irrational nudes.
yeah.
I'm
said
pretty
mood.
sure you have those, but
Well, yeah, I have those too, but
which would also be a nice title, but
the hunky irrational nudes.
Sean's
Sean's hunky irrational nudes.
oh, poor guy.
Mm.
Sean, I hope you get something out of this.
Yeah, we have to show him that he's loved.
He is very loved.
Mm.
We send you all our funk particles, our combined funk particles.
Yeah, we need more Sean.
Can you feel it?
Especially after last, like everybody had to listen to me all week last week, so we really
And
need some
everybody
Sean.
loved it.
Well, yeah, but we still need some Sean. And
I don't know.
can feel those particles. Well,
So I guess we need a Who special, a Doctor Who special. Are there any Whovians out there?
I think there's at least one more on the site. 'Cause I know someone.
Show hands.
Someone had a discussion about it in introductions or something.
Yeah, but of the 3 people who listen to our podcast, are there any Whovians among those people? I'm not sure.
So I guess we'll
Guys,
find
tell
out in the comments for this episode if we should do a Doctor Who special, and if we could get enough questions to make that possible, I guess. I mean, we could just ask for Sean questions, but it would probably be a lot of Mirren stuff.
Sean questions.
Yep.
Is it questions to Sean or about Sean?
Both.
Oh, that's a good idea. See? To freshen up the shack a bit, we could just start getting intensely into Channel Awesome stuff. And
like modern Channel Awesome stuff? Or?
Yeah, and make a separate board for it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm nowhere near as into it as I used to be, because like the people I'm following are the people who I followed back when it was the old Channel Awesome, and even then I don't I need to catch up on Linkara. I used to follow him all the time, and I've just lost track of all the stuff he made.
The only people I really paid attention to were Doug, oh God. Todd for a while, even though I don't listen to music, I just like to style.
Yeah, it was the same. I don't follow modern music, but most of the pop songs I know because I heard him talk about them.
Radio. Oh.
Yeah, well, I heard him talk about them, and then I hear it on the radio, and it's like, oh,
that's what that is.
Because I've already heard him complain about how stupid the song is. It's like, now I have to listen to it.
Sage.
Did you listen to Owen's Citizen at all?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah,
never saw any of the shit that he talked about except for one thing, and that's the Serbian film. A Serbian film.
Okay.
Great movie. Everybody go watch it.
Yeah, because like a lot of his newer stuff is pretty good. It's like a lot. It seems like he puts a lot of thought and planning into it, but like compared to, I think he's nicer than Leon. Like he seems like he tries to find the best in things, and like brings up really smart points about things.
Oh, he's a floof. Kyle's a floof.
Yeah.
I just don't. I haven't watched any of the Channel Awesome or X Channel Awesome stuff in, I don't know, 2 or 3 years at least.
Mm.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I can't bring myself to pay attention.
Yeah, I haven't kept up with it like I used to. I have Linkara's website. Like, I've got like an RSS feed so I can follow what new episodes he posts, although I haven't caught up with it. I've got, I think, Brad Jones, Phalis, and Kyle on Patreon.
I'm very, very much over angry or jaded reviews.
Yeah, I mean, with Cinema Snob, he also has like movie where like the midnight screenings, they go and see new movies. So
yeah, but that's not
those are kind of like a podcast where it's just you're sitting there listening to people talk about something they watched.
Yeah, I guess, but movies and stuff.
Yeah,
in my area. I got into Channel Awesome in 2008, and
it was 2009 for me. 2008 is the year it started.
Right, yeah.
I found out about it 2009.
Yeah, I got into the whole thing around the time the Doug and James had their feud.
Yeah.
And I guess, it just lost its appeal at some point. You can only do that for so long, I think.
Yeah.
You can only pay attention for so long. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Or maybe it's the whole thing with the media.
I mean, with me, I think I got into Channel Awesome around the first year anniversary, and then followed it up until like the big fallout where like Team Nostalgia Chick all left and Team Phalis all left, and like everything kind of fell apart at that point. It's like they started adding in new people. Plus, with like Doug, after Nostalgia Critic ended, and then
Demo Reel.
Yeah, Demo Reel was never that good. And then I
didn't mind Demo Reel at all, actually, and I didn't get the hate. I didn't mind it at all. Yeah,
like I thought like some of the jokes were funny, but the concept didn't work. I really liked Brad Jones did a parody version, like like an April Fool's spoof of Demo Reel, and that one was super funny. Where it turns out that the whole thing is like a house in the post-apocalypse, and this guy is remaking movies in low budget because the movies don't exist anymore.
Oh,
but
I should find that.
Yeah,
that sounds cool.
I think it's still on YouTube. I'm not sure. It should be. Yeah, because that one it was funny, and then they brought Rob Walker back as his sailor character or captain or whatever he was, the German guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they brought him back to play that role because they had Admiral Crackers as like their cameraman, and then he ends up discovering a bag of meth and snorting the whole thing and dying. So then they bring in Rob Walker to be their new cameraman.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, so that one was fun. I didn't like Demo Reel that much. I didn't like hate it, but I didn't think it was anywhere near as funny as Nostalgia Critic. But then that whole Review Must Go On, I thought was a really like thoughtful, well-made, poignant like short film that Doug did. And then I watched the new Nostalgia Critic for a while, and then I just got bored after that. But because after everyone else left the site, I stuck around for Doug for a while, and then I got bored, and then I stopped watching.
It's really... I was not okay. I mean, he can do whatever the hell he wants, but I was kind of annoyed with the fact that he let his fucking audience bully him into doing something that he clearly didn't want to do anymore. What the fuck? It's your life, man.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay, you need your audience. What the hell? They would have gotten used to it. Whatever. But he actually went back just because of the backlash, and that's just... Of course, it's not the same anymore. He doesn't want to do it. I mean, it's clear. Why do you guys... I mean, it's not so much on him, but why is the audience? Why are they such fucking assholes? What's wrong with those people?
Yeah, and that's another reason not to go back to Channel Awesome, because
I never got into the community.
Yeah, like I don't think I did either. I think like I tried to get like first posts, because that was when I was still new to the internet, and getting a
Oh
first
no!
post
Oh
meant
my
something.
god! You were one of those people.
Yeah, because I was new to the internet, and it's like, wow,
fuck.
this is all new and neat. And then I just got tired of it.
That's a hilarious joke.
Mm.
That was cool for a while.
Yeah. And then you realize it's just another video.
It's just a damn video.
Yeah.
And I wandered off to BT and stayed there.
Yeah, because
And
I
that
looked at
croaked,
BT, but I've never been that fond of listening to other video game opinions, because it seems like, I don't know, I just didn't get into it. So,
There were some good writers
yeah.
there. I mean, I avoided Sean.
Mm.
That never gets old. I mean, Johnny wrote, back when Johnny wrote, he had some great articles.
Mm.
I don't know, it was a real coincidence that I'm even here right now, because BT went down, and it stayed down, and I didn't know what happened, what had happened. And they didn't post any new like updates on what had happened. There was just like for the longest time a post that the site is currently down. And I didn't know what Twitter was.
I think I remember that, actually, because I only went to BT to watch Angry Joe. And I think I noticed that it's like the site went down, and I thought maybe they're upgrading, because they've been talking forever about updating the Tigwatig site.
But it stayed down, and I didn't know what Twitter was. And so I of course, didn't follow Austin or Johnny or Leon or anyone. And then, for some reason, sometime later, I discovered somebody had made a compilation of BT podcast stuff. And in that comment section, someone mentioned WordFunk. That's how I discovered that WordFunk was a thing. I probably would have overlooked that completely if it wasn't for that comment.
Wow.
So, coinky dink. Cool stuff.
What?
Maybe I would have eventually found it on Channel Awesome, but I was almost never there anymore, so.
No, it was the Funk energy that guided you to it.
Oh, yeah. Massaged my gray matter. It was the first exposure.
It's calling to you.
It has a very shrill voice for some reason. I don't know, very nerdy, a nerd screech.
I'm not sure what it sounds. I haven't heard it talk to me. It just touches me. So this has been Funk Dunk, Ladies' Night. Do you have any other closing thoughts, Kerstin?
Pyjama party.
Yay.
Yay.
I'll get the ice cream.
Boys
I actually do have
icky.
ice cream. I should probably go get that.
Boys are gross.
Ew.
I hope this is okay.
Yeah, we're all very sad. Honestly sad. Mirren, we are honestly sad that Sean couldn't be here this week. We wish he could have been. We are hoping he'll be able to be here next week.
Yes, definitely.
So,
needs some Sean.
Yeah.
Needs some fucking testosterone, like balls the size of melons up in this piece to make it work.
Yeah, because with just us, it's all talk and no stories. So we need some Sean stories.
Why didn't you say so? I have stories.
Oh.
They're not interesting. No, now it's too late.
Oh.
Why didn't you say so earlier?
I didn't.
I mean, I kill nuns too.
Okay. I would love to hear about that.
No, not now. For next week.
I have to wait a week now.
Yes.
See what you did to us, Sean? I have to wait a week
teaser.
for nun killing stories.
Those are the best.
Yeah. Okay. So, good night, everyone, and hope we have more Sean next week.
Stay funky. Sorry.